All right, so bringing you another Pokemon Legends ZA and assorted video game slash anime news video. All right, so we got a lot to talk about today. We have a Pokemon. We have probably the most feasible, down to earth possible text dump ever from 4chan. Honestly, the stuff in here, I'm just like, that all seems pretty feasible. We also have Riddler Khu talking about a possible time frame when we could get some more information on the game, some information about the starters. We have Overwatch 2 with the quick play hacked that is officially that's live today. So I'm gonna be trying that tonight. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I can get this video out, because it's probably gonna be like 7-8 o'clock. Then we also have some anime news, because you know this is the start of the anime summer season. A lot to talk about today in this very late video. Of course, if you want to continue getting videos like this from me, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, do all the good stuff that YouTube requires you to do to continue getting videos from me. Follow me on twitter.com/RSMario128. Like my video tweet, share my video tweet, and I will shout you out this portion of the video if I remember to do so, because I think I might have forgot some. So we've got so of course you know what happened this weekend. You know, a former President Trump, somebody tried to clip him. They tried to assassinate my boy. You know, well, I can't really say my boy. So much has happened now. So much has happened now. I don't even know where I don't know where I am politically anymore. But you know what I'm saying? You know, they tried to assassinate him, and at least China's been having fun with it, because Riddler Khu has been memeing this. He put this one out here. It says that, well, Pokemon being the new Simpsons now, basically has Gumshoes, a Pokemon that was based off of Donald Trump, has a notch on his ear. Now, I don't know if this is something that's just part of his design, like maybe his other ear has a notch too, but that's crazy if it's not. If it's just one notch, you're like, that's crazy. That means that either Pokemon presented this, you know, they predicted this, or maybe this is like a top secret Japanese plan to assassinate Donald Trump for whatever reason. I don't know, bro. There's so many conspiracies and stuff going on these days. Like, American politics is just immolating itself before my very eyes. So, you know, at least somebody's having fun with it. So then the other one is this one right here, where it has current events. And so it's talking about these new 7-star raids with the Mighty Mark. We have Gumshoes resist attacks with bulletproof. Bro, if you don't know, bulletproof is a Pokemon ability that basically makes you resistant to moves like Bullet Seed, Bullet Punch, anything with bullet or bomb in the title, you know. And then of course the other one is sleep on the job with Comatose, and it's an Inteleon with no Mighty Mark. Bro, man, Riddler Khu is just having fun. Like, go ahead, have fun with it. Yeah, just have fun with us. That's all right, you know. So then more on Riddler Khu. So Riddler Khu said that he said in a serious post, he said, kindly reminder, we still got nothing from Ikaku, which is Legends ZA. By far, you could compare this with the Hayabusa situation, back when we had already known all the new Pokemon and I hatched our riddles, which also means that Ikaku will not come out early next year. So if you don't remember, there was kind of a big gap in information between when the first trailers came out to when the next trailer came out. And it was kind of similar to this, because the first trailer for Legends Arceus came out on Pokemon Day, because it came out with BDSP as far as the trailers go. And then the first big trailer we didn't get until August 18th to be exact. So yeah, he's basically saying that. So, you know, more than likely we'll probably get something on it next month. So then they asked him some questions, and they said the first one was, when will we get info? And so Q said, better check it out at WCS, which is Worlds, but not guaranteed. So no guarantee that we're going to get anything at Worlds, but it's a possibility. If we do get something at Worlds, it's probably going to be small, because I still think there's gonna be a direct in August, or a direct or a presents or something in August. Because if they're really hyping up the new TGC app, they're probably gonna want to do something soon, like to get that hype machine going. So he says, what do you know? And so Q says, starters guaranteed because goods produced and will be on sale in the PC this year. So basically saying that the starter Pokemon have already been picked. So we kind of probably knew this anyway, because I mean, they have to get merch made, and because of logistics and manufacturing, that stuff's gonna probably come out this stuff's probably gonna be made early. All right, so it's gonna be made and sitting in a warehouse somewhere until all the official stuff is announced, and then they can release the merch. So it's out November 2025, and Q says not that late as far as I'm concerned. Personally, I don't think it's gonna come out November 2025 either. You got to remember that Switch 2 is also next year. So if they do drop something in 2025, at least fall 2025, it's going to be Switch 2 related. All right, that's going to be Switch 2 launch stuff. And so they don't want to drop arguably one of the biggest games on the Switch at the same time as Switch 2 stuff, because it's going to cannibalize each other. People who would buy the Pokemon game are probably going to buy whatever Switch 2 stuff, and people who would buy the Switch 2 stuff might buy the Pokemon game. Some people are going to buy both because, I mean, it is what it is, but you don't want to give people that choice. You want to space it out so that you can get the most out of the Pokemon and the most out of the launch stuff, you know. All right, so today's Twitter, speaking of Twitter, you know what I'm saying, your boy was just going through Twitter on this insane weekend that we had, and I had a tweet I put out about anime. Somebody was talking about the anime days with my stepsister, and it says, why does the step sibling anime actually have good dialogue? And I said, because it's written by people and not AI. Basically, kind of taking at a shot at the people on Twitter nowadays that want localizations to be done via AI, and how stupid that is, you know, and how you can't, like, people are just better at doing this than robots, and how people don't hate localizations, they just hate the Twitter leftists that do them, you know what I'm saying, that kind of thing. Which that's gonna be, I've already done one video on localizations. I'm gonna do one about the AI stuff too, because I got a lot to talk about. I don't know if it's gonna be on this channel or the second channel, because the first one didn't do very well. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. But after all of that, you know, the editor of that anime actually liked my tweet, you know. So I'm just saying, your boy shining, you know what I'm saying. You know, second channel about to get monetized, you know. Apparently I'm just big in Japan, you know what I'm saying, because, you know, I'm just saying, your boy shining. I just had to floss in the beginning of my video real quick, you know. So new pickable passive. So this is Overwatch 2, and Overwatch 2, they're doing their quick play hack this weekend, this week, until the 17th. So we've got some passives here. These passives look pretty good. Some of them are stuff that abilities that people had, like characters had in the past. Others are just bananas new abilities. It says new pickable passive experiment in Overwatch 2. Quick play hack will replace quick play until July 17th, allowing players to pick powerful upgrades to enhance their roles. Here are all the new passives. So the tanks, they get unyielding. So duration of debuffs reduced by 40%. Personally, I think this is the best one out of the whole bunch, because I think this should just be part of the tank passive in general. Because one of the main problems with tank is it just doesn't feel like tank, because you come out of cover or come from behind shields and you just die. you just die. And that's mainly because you're the biggest thing on the field. You're in the front, and everybody throws everything at you. That's what it is. So, you know, giving people something like this that makes all negative effects less on you is perfect. All right, because this way you feel like a tank. You're tanking all these negative abilities. You're tanking the damage, and you're a tank. That's what it is. Make it feel like a tank. We don't need 2 tanks. We just need one that actually feels like a tank. But tell that to the 6v6 people. You know what I'm saying? So then we have the armored ability, which converts 100 health into armor. After the armor buffs we've gotten since season 10, and the one we got in the mid-season, boy, that's gonna be crazy. All right, can you imagine Doomfist with armor? All right, just think about this. Doomfist has shield health, right? Because whenever he hits his abilities, he gets shield health. Or is it over health? I don't know. I ain't played Doomfist in so long. It's a shame. But let's say shield health. All right. So he hits an ability. He gets shield health. He already has 100, armor. Bro, that's unkillable Doomfist, bro. A Doomfist, the unkillable menace. Oh my gosh. Not to mention Zarya. Ooh, I'm gonna play this. Oh yeah. That's gonna be crazy. Zarya and Reinhardt with an extra, with more armor. Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. Last stand, 50% cooldown reduction when below 50 HP. So this will be crazy for Doomfist too. This would be crazy for Doomfist. This would be crazy for Sigma, because Sigma and Orisa. The whole point of Sigma and Orisa is they can hold space by rotating their abilities. So if their abilities come up faster, unkillable Orisa. Oh no. So yeah, Doomfist, Orisa, Sigma, Queen. This will work really good for Queen. This will work really good for Ball, because Ball is just, this gonna be fun. It's gonna be broken, and I definitely don't want this to be in the game for real, but it's gonna be fun to play with though. Damage gets the Slayer ability, so you get to see critical health enemies through walls. So basically Sombra's ability. So Frenzy, so eliminations grant a brief 30% speed boost, which this is something that we already had in the game. We had this was I feel like it was season 4 or 5. We had this. Basically, whenever a DPS player got a kill, they got a speed boost, and so it helped out characters like Ashe. So if Ashe got a kill, then you just do the reload while you got the speed boost, and you reload really fast. But this also helped Genji, because Genji was god tier during this meta. He was because imagine when you're doing a Genji blade. All right, you go in, you slash dash. That's how you do it, like a ninja, right? Imagine if every time you got that dash reset for killing somebody after you slashed them, you got a speed boost. Bro, literally. All right, it's just like you're a tank and you're in there, you hear him pop that blade, next thing everybody around you is dead. That's what it was. It was freaking crazy. So they increase ammo capacity by 30% with Trigger Happy, which this is basically the Ashe ability. All right, every Ashe player is going to be using this, including myself. So support gets Resourceful, which reduces your cooldowns by 20%, which that's probably the most powerful one in the game, because if you really think about it, supports have the best abilities in the game. Res is a support ability, Immortality Field, Suzu, all of these are the best abilities in the game. And so if their cooldowns is reduced by 20%, that's crazy. That means you can get res in 24 seconds? You know what I'm saying, roughly? You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Getting another res in less than 30 seconds. And it speeds up even more if you're in Valk. So that's crazy. Especially with some of the other abilities too, like Swift Step. Bro, them ninjas gonna be everywhere. All right, them daggone ninjas gonna be everywhere. So swift save increases healing by 50% for targets below 35 HP. So this one is interesting. This one used to be a mercy ability. This ability, all right, was the reason why the DPS passive was created. I believe it. The reason the DPS passive was created was because of this ability. Because Mercy had an ability. I think it was called like triage or like something like that. And basically what it is when she was healing you and you was under like 40%, she healed you more. She healed you faster until you got to like, above that 40%. And so basically this was like a nightmare because Sojourn was super powerful back then. So you had these Mercy Sojourn, combos where the Mercy was just pocketing Sojourn, giving her the blue, and then healing her up when you almost killed her, and it was just a nightmare to play against. So yeah, that's fun. And close call, basically you gain a brief 20% speed boost when below 30 HP. So that's kind of cool. That actually helps you escape. That can help like honors. Escape like dying. That'd be pretty good. Oh Lord, can you imagine freaking Lucio? Oh boy, no, some of these are busted. Some of these are busted, bro. But it's gonna be fun though. It's definitely gonna be fun. Tell me in the comments what kind of combo. What's gonna be your loadout? What is gonna be your loadout? Tell me in the comments. So this popped up while I was away on 4th of July. Microsoft basically said, hey, remember, play it day one on Game Pass? How about no? That's basically what they said. So Tom Warren says Microsoft's whole play it day one on Game Pass message gets messy now. And basically they've created a tier system for Game Pass. So this is like the future of any subscription service, in my opinion. Pretty much every subscription service has one now. All right, PSN has one. Nintendo Online technically has one. I mean, because the expansion pack is technically a new tier. All of the streaming services have one, like Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Peacock. All of this is the future of streaming services. All right, this right here. So just get ready. So it says Xbox Game Pass Core is $9.99 with no day one games. All right, and so what is in Game Pass Core? Because you also have Game Pass Standard, which is for new people only, and it also does not have day one games. So I'm guessing maybe this is for existing members. Like if you have Game Pass, $10, but no day ones for you until you upgrade. PC Game Pass is gonna be $11.99 with day one games, which is honestly the best value because if you get PC Game Pass, you don't even really have to buy an Xbox. Like, there's no need to buy Xbox. Xbox Game Pass for console will be $10.99 with day one games, and then of course Game Pass Ultimate will be $19.99 with day one games, which that's crazy. So I'm guessing Game Pass Ultimate gives you the console and the PC version. But yeah, man. So people aren't very happy about this, and I can understand why. Because if the play it day one on Game Pass was the motto of Game Pass, and now that's not exactly true unless you have a specific tier. It's kind of like Netflix having an ad tier. All right, the whole point of Netflix was no ads. Now there's ads. The whole point of Game Pass was playing on day one, and now you can't do that no more. Alright, so we have some Zelda news. So we have Stealth with Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. It has been rated by the ESRB. This indicates that the game is near complete or in a complete state. A delay is not likely. So We did not get a release date for Echoes of Wisdom. This basically confirms that the game is probably going to come out this year. It's more than likely this is a November game for us. This is probably the big Nintendo game of the year, unless there is a surprise. I don't think it's going to be MBO because that's going to be the next story. But I think this is the game for the year. So with it, the reason why people say that it's complete because in order for it to get certified by the ESRB, it has to be the whole game. They have to get at least most of, if not the entire game, in a playable state. Because they can't give you a rating unless they play the whole game. You know, so it would be crazy if they got half the game and then in the second half of the game, somebody meets a grisly end, which would change the ratings. All right, so we've had bad luck with leakers lately. Midori's gone. Pyaro is gone. But we got one in return. You know what I'm saying? The leak gods giveth and the leak gods taketh away. Because Samus Hunter has come out of retirement. Now, Samus Hunter is an old school leaker who has kind of a mixed track record, but some of the predictions she made has been pretty good. Samus Hunter says, I confirm that it is not developed by Bloober Team. This is talking about MEO, the new game that got announced last week. It is a Nintendo IP with an already established development studio, co-developed by Nintendo EPD, who are the one of the internal development teams for Nintendo. It is a series that already has 2 prequels on the Switch and is not a horror game, but suggestive themes and violence are a part of the setting. So it's not a horror game, which means it's probably a mystery game. So this is probably going to be like Famicom Mystery Club or whatever that Famicom mystery game is. That's probably what this is, more than likely. And so they probably did it like this to get people hype, to kind of like, you know, get them interested. So when they finally announce it, everybody can be greatly disappointed. So then she says, extra hint, I really like the games that the producer has done. See you in the next couple of days for its announcement. Also, its release is not that far away. So basically meaning that it's not too far off, which means it's probably a smaller project. It's probably the Famicom Mystery Club or whatever it is. Okay, so anime. So we got anime news. We have anime trending with the top 10 shows for the first week of the summer anime season. So this is actually pretty interesting because the summer anime season is packed. It's crazy. I already did the summer anime video. You can check it out. There's like 30 plus shows that I talk about, you know what I'm saying? And I rank them in a blind ranking. But some of the first episodes have come out. Some of the second episodes have dropped. So number 10 is Virtual Legend, how I went viral after forgetting to turn off my stream. Which, that's a bannable offense on some of these platforms now. So then number 9 is Westria, Wand and Sword, which I expect that one to climb up the ratings in the coming weeks, because I actually think that one's going to be pretty good. That one's like a Mashal-ish game, anime, you know. So Elusive Samurai is another one I expect to climb up, because that show looks bananas. It might be the best looking show of the season. All right, because I saw some clips. I haven't watched any of these, but I've seen clips over the weekend. Bruh, show looks crazy. Like, it's probably the best looking show of the season, to be honest. 2.5 Dimensional Seduction. So I think this one is the one about the guy who is in love with fictional women, and then a chick comes up and she basically cosplays as his waifu, his fictional waifu, and so now he's kind of falling for her because, yeah, it's kind of like Dress Up Darling, just not. The show is we have Dress Up Darling at home. That's what it is. So then Samishin, How to Become Ordinary, which, alright, that's probably going to be in the top 10 for the whole time. Gigi Harem, days with my stepsister, which I'm gonna have to watch that now since you know what I'm saying, I'm cool with the editor of the show and everything, you know what I'm saying, it's all good, My Dear Friend Nokatan is number 3, which that made a pretty big splash. It seems like it's gonna be the best comedy of the season. Oshinoko season 2, pretty good. And number 1 is Aaliyah Sometimes Has Her Feelings in Russian. I kind of figured that was gonna be number 1. She's gonna be the waifu of the season, so it is what it is. So then we move on to the last story of the day, the 4chan text dump. This is the most feasible one I've read so far. So far these have been pretty down to earth. They're getting better at writing these. All right, these don't seem as fan fiction-y as they used to. So this one starts off with, I was at a briefing for the Pokemon Company International Marketing. I was shown concepts and about 30 minutes of gameplay of new Pokemon game. So I knew almost nothing about the plot, only the gameplay and some of the dialogues were shown. There are many trainers in Lumino City, 2 NPCs, a woman professor has red fiery eyes and red hair, a young man with a big white scarf. They're probably married, which they're probably the professors. I guess they're probably going to do like they did with Scarlet and Violet and have 2. Combat seems faster than the previous games, which I could kind of see that because, they're probably going to use the same type of battle, same type of gameplay as Legends Arceus as far as when it comes to the battle system. The kind of, simplified, streamed down battle system. No hold items, no abilities, very hollow. Pokeballs look slightly different. One looks like the city from above. So this right here, I actually think is gonna be a thing. Alright, I do think that there's gonna be a city ball, like a ball where you catch Pokemon in the city. I feel like that's gonna be a thing. Alright, I feel like the way the game is gonna work is there's gonna be a zone outside of the city where the city is gonna expand into, and then there's gonna be the city. Alright, because the whole thing is eventually gonna be the city, but you have the city and then what's gonna become the city, and in the city you use city balls more than likely. That's just my assumption. I don't really know. But then he goes into the megas, right? So he says Mega Lapras, Mega Charizard, Mega Flygon, Mega Zoroark, and Mega Chimecho. And Mega Florges. That is the most down-to-earth, feasible set of megas I can think of. Alright, because Lapras is one of those popular Generation 1 Pokemon that hasn't really gotten anything outside of, I think a Gigantamax. Of course, Charizard is going to get one because Charizard is the God King of Pokemon. So, of course, he's going to get one. Flygon's going to get one because he better get one. I'm just saying. Alright, Zoroark's going to get one because Zoroark is kind of blown up in popularity lately, at least with the Pokemon team. So, he got a regional in Legends Arceus, so I can see him getting a Mega here. Mega Chimecho is just random enough to work. I can see them doing that. Just give Chimecho a Mega, and then Mega Flurgus, I can kind of see that. I guess that's feasible. That set is feasible. And then of course you can ride Pokemon to go on walls, rooftops, and sewers, and to fly. So that's something that's been in Pokemon anyway. So I can see that. I can see that. This whole thing seems feasible. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. Alright, because this seems pretty good. I'd play this. So, this is kind of a long video, so let me go ahead and wrap this up. Of course, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, people, keep it real.